Hi, I'm Rachel, and in this tutorial, I'll teach you how to draw a realistic feather using the Color Therapy app. I love drawing delicate feathers, and I think you will too because they're easy and quick. You can either use the blank drawing paper in the app to draw your own, or use a template like me so you don't have to worry about drawing the shape first. So in this lesson, I'm just going to choose one of these feathers to focus on. So I'm going to just choose this one here and then zoom in really close. So here's the reference that I'm working from. So I just want to do a basic black and white feather. And notice how the bits of feather are overlapping in a few areas and all of the lines are very curvy and very soft. So I think it's easier to choose 4 different values of black and white. So I'm going to choose a white, a medium gray, a dark gray, and a black from the basic palette. And that's easier than just lowering and raising the opacity and going back and forth. In the manual mode, select the pen tool, set the opacity to about 65% and 0 for the size. Start off by drawing the stem of the feather. So what I'm going to do is start with black. I'm going to set coloring inside the lines mode to on first, and I'm just going to add sort of a black line on the far left side of the feather. I'm going to turn coloring inside the lines mode to off now, and I'm just going to connect that just following the black line that's already there to draw that long stem. Using our second darkest gray now, just add a little bit of a shadow, so you kind of want a gradient on the stem there and the white, and just whiten that up. Now choose your lightest gray, and then with your finger and making sure coloring inside the lines mode is off, just begin to draw delicate lines and just follow the shape of that feather. So all of those little lines are going to be coming in towards the middle and stopping there. I'm kind of just bringing that line out to the end of the feather shape and then bringing it back to the stem in one fluid motion. And then you can use that darker gray here and there, just add a little bit more of a shadow and just continue your way up the feather. Going back to our reference, see how there's a few spaces where there's almost no feathers at all? Let's go ahead and replicate that as well. In our template, let's just pretend that there's a big space there, and then we're going to just draw a chunk missing basically. And then once you get towards the top, choose black and continue in that same way. Since the top part is a lot more black, I'm going to raise the size up to 3%, and I'm going to lower the opacity down to 50 and just add in a few more thicker strokes, and then we can add in some details on top of that if we want. And then return back to those same settings we used before to add in the rest of the details. So just add more and more layers so it looks a little bit thicker. You can add a little more of the darker gray here and there. If you want it to look like it's overlapping itself in a few areas, just go ahead and overlap your lines. And then you can also use white and just raise the opacity to 100. You can add in some negative space, so you can kind of just erase a few areas in the feathers. And then with the same settings on that white, you need to go back in and trace over the stem of the feather so it shows up where the black part is. So I would just start at the top and just follow that line down. In this tutorial, I only covered how to draw a black and white feather, but you can add color with the exact same steps to your own feather. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Color Therapy YouTube channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos. Thanks for watching our tutorial. You can get the Color Therapy app for free on the App Store.